It's a monkey boy! Hi gorgeous! Today's video is a pregnancy vlog and I'm giving you an update at the 25-week mark with Miko. So right now we're in between the 25 and 26 week mark, which is essentially 6 months. I turn a new week every Thursday. So this Thursday will be 26 weeks. And I'll be doing these updates for you every 5 weeks. So the next one will be at 30 weeks, 35 weeks, and then God willing, 40 weeks, which isn't that far away. Overall, I feel really great, and I have to give God the glory for that because I have been praying a lot throughout this pregnancy for a smooth sailing ride, and He has absolutely heard my prayers and granted them. I've not had any major symptoms or issues up to this point, so thank you, God, for that. The only real symptoms that I'm having at the moment are ones that you don't really hear about. I seem to be getting all of the ones that are not the most commonly talked about. One being the bottom of my feet have been burning a lot lately, which is really interesting. My belly button has been really sore in the past week or so. It's not a hernia because I asked my midwife about that and she didn't see any signs of a hernia, but I have a feeling he's laying on it at times. And I noticed one morning when I woke up, it was poking out a lot more than usual. And then by the afternoon, it had gone back and the pain went away. So I think he was just laying up against it. And that's what created the pain. Now in the announcement video when I had talked about my symptoms, I had mentioned the sciatic nerve acting up and having a little bit of back pain, and I'm very happy to tell you I don't have either of those problems at this time. They have gone away and subsided for the most part. I went to a chiropractor for my sciatic nerve and he realigned my back and that pain went instantly. I mean, it took a few appointments to get it to go away, but talk about relief. So how's baby? Baby is doing great. He's checking out on all of his measurements. No issues there. He's been extremely active. He's learned some new tricks. He started doing somersaults inside, which is a completely new experience for me. It's similar to going over a roller coaster and then having your stomach go up into your throat. This is what it feels like. All of a sudden you get this, okay. It's just a wild ride. Cravings wise, I've been craving a lot of interesting things. Grapes, I have probably gone through 2 bags of grapes in the past week. Watermelon, a lot of fruits. I was really into the honey mangoes when they were in season here, but they are not in season anymore, unfortunately. When I went up to Georgia, I got a buttload of peaches and I was enamored with those for the longest time. Can't get them anymore, they're out of season now, unfortunately. What else? Chinese food was a huge craving for me about 3 weeks ago. The vegetable lo mein was my crutch. Lately it's been honey baked ham, which I don't really have any kind of love for pork. Honestly, I really don't. And you know that I follow the fish diet, the pescatarian diet normally. So when I got the craving for honey baked ham, I had to have a little conversation with myself, and then I said, well, if that's the only thing that I want right now, then that's what I'm gonna have. And I loved every minute of it. Milk. Huge craving for milk. And I wasn't really a milk person before I got pregnant. Orange juice also, but I've always loved orange juice. I've never been a coffee drinker. Orange juice has essentially been my coffee in the morning, but I've noticed since I got pregnant that my glass has gotten a little bigger. Now, if you remember in the announcement video when I first showed the bump, it was this little bitty bump that was barely there. And I'm very happy to tell you I finally got my bump. I was so ecstatic because now everybody else knows that I'm pregnant and I'm not just walking around feeling fat. Because that's what it was like. I just felt bloated and fat and nobody else really knew I was pregnant, whereas now people know you're pregnant. And I have to say how nice people are to pregnant women. Even though the first thing that they look at is your stomach, they don't look at your face anymore. It's like eyes go right to the stomach. I feel like people are more accommodating when you're pregnant than when you're not. I've had more people open doors for me, let me go ahead of them in grocery store lines, even though they really didn't have to do that, help me get things off of top shelves. When I dropped something, somebody picked it up for me one time because, you know, the belly is starting to get in the way. So it's just a whole new experience, and it's made me really happy to see how helpful other people can be. There's Tilly. And by the way, this is Chantilly. We're calling her Tilly for short. I haven't formally introduced her, so I thought this would be a good video to introduce her in. She is a Somali. She's so cute. She has such a beautiful personality. Reminds me so much of Thomasina. She's 4 years old, and what are you doing, silly girl? She was being bred by a breeder and started having a lot of complications, and the breeder didn't want to breed her anymore and needed someone to give her to for retirement. And so when I went up to Georgia, I picked her up while I was up there, and I just had the perfect place for her in Florida to retire to. So now she's retired, and Miko and her are starting to get along. So. She'll play with him a little bit, but then she gets real tired of his kitten antics and she'll let him have it. But he picks on her a lot too. I have had to break down and buy maternity clothes. Nothing was fitting me anymore. And so I found 2 places online that I really, really love for cute stuff, and I've been very impressed with everything that I've bought through them. So if you're looking for places for maternity clothes, pinkblushmaternity.com and ASOS.com have some really beautiful clothing. And those are all the updates. That's all I can really think of to share with you for this video. If you have any questions that you would like included in the 30-week video, please let me know below, and I'll be sure to include those for you then too. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for your support, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has sent their well wishes and congratulations. We truly appreciate them. I look forward to seeing you again next time.